You're doing a yeoman's job around the country with these rosary rallies. I promise you, I'm gonna get to one of these days. Every time you have one of these rosary rallies, I have some commitment that I can't get out of. But tell us, 2 weeks ago, October 15, you had a men's march for life in Boston, Massachusetts. Can you tell us some of the fruits of that event? How many men showed up? Was there opposition? Was there any clergy there? Tell us about it, Jim.
Sure. Yeah, it's been a work of grace, and we're just trying to keep up with what the Lord is given the good promptings to do. So we're just trying to be faithful and do what we're supposed to do. So as men, we have to step up and lead. We have to face the reality of the situation that we're in. We've got a daily mass murder of our little brothers and sisters in the womb. We've got to see it for what it really is and think about, okay, what is the right response? So this is one opportunity for men to really step up together. And we go right to the grassroots because, quite frankly, our religious leaders, our political leaders, they're not facing the reality and leading on this. They're not leading on life. They're not demanding personhood now. And so as we're sitting here in the grassroots and we're like, we kind of just keep praying and keep waiting, and we're doing good work, but it's time to gather together and take some initiative on our own. So that's what we've been doing with these national men's marches to abolish abortion and rally for personhood. This last one in Boston on October 15th, we had about 500 men that ended up showing up. We did all our due diligence, as we always do, had a full police escort. And we start off at the abortion killing center, have some speakers there. Then we marched about 3 miles in front of the Massachusetts State House. And we did have opposition in Boston. All along the way, we strangely had a group of folks, young people that were dressed up as clowns and were playing musical instruments as if they were in some sort of clown marching band. And they were about 50 yards or so in front of us as we marched. Very strange, right? And then we get to the rally point, and then women join us at the rally point. Any families, children, they all join in. We do encourage men to march with their sons of whatever age throughout the entire time, but then we welcome everybody to come in for the rally. But then just beyond the barricade that the local law enforcement had set up for us, there was about a bit of a buffer zone, and then as close as they could get to us, those the folks dressed as clowns, they were hanging out, playing their instruments and stuff. But then came in a big group, pseudo military Antifa types, saying, they proclaimed themselves as Antifa, with all the usual garb and all the usual bad behavior and bad words and all that. So they were pretty obnoxious and boisterous, but it really didn't deter anything that we were trying to do. We got our message out. Our speakers spoke. We proclaimed the truth about the scientific fact, not the religious belief, the scientific fact that life begins at conception, fertilization, and the foundational moral truth that we shouldn't be killing innocent human beings. It's really that simple. And so this truth needs to be proclaimed loud and clear over and over again. So we got that out along with many other truths that were appropriate, including the truth of fatherlessness in our society, the need for men to step up. I mean, all those young people that were there, even the Antifa folks, all that, it's all an epidemic of fatherlessness, quite frankly. So one of the fruits that are from this are amazing. This is a good thing just to do in and of itself, but it does seem very clear God's got his hand on it. We wouldn't do it if we didn't believe that, and we weren't just believing that this is his initiative. We're just striving to be faithful to it and invite people in. But the fruits that are occurring are absolutely incredible. Men are being healed. Men are being strengthened in new ways. I really see men are being set free more and more as they're stepping out in the public square to proclaim the truth on this. And they can sense that they are taking on their rightful role in society. And there's something very powerful about doing that and tasting that and then realizing that this is not difficult. We just have to go and do it. And we just have to have opportunities put together like this. So thanks be to God for the grace and for all the men that are participating in it thus far. And I think their testimonies say it all. But yeah, the healing, the strengthening that is going on, it really seems to be like a movement where this brotherhood is forming. Men are coming from all over the country, and they're not just coming to one of these events, they're coming to every single one once they go to one. the camaraderie and the brotherhood that is building, all as we're stepping up for the least of these. There's something very, very good going on. I just want to invite everybody to come join us in Baltimore. If you can, do whatever you can to be there. November 14th. It's a Monday. It's the first day of the USCCB conference in Baltimore. We have a letter out to every single bishop inviting them to come and join us to pray the rosary at 12:30 outside the hotel that they're staying in, which is where our rally is. We need as many men as possible, really as many people as possible to join us in the rally, but as many men as possible to join us at that initial starting point in front of the Planned Parenthood Abortion Killing Center there in Baltimore to do that march with us. Last year, Bishop Strickland came out, marched the whole thing with us. So we'll see what's going to happen. The Holy Spirit is at work in all of this, but the biggest thing is the opportunity here to get the word out for people to hear about it, because when they hear about it, so many are convicted and they just know they've got to do whatever it takes to be there. So themensmarch.com for all the information. If you need any further information, themensmarch.com.
Excellent. Yeah, I was going to ask you for the website, mensmarch.com, mensmarch.com. So the next rally, give it to us. It's November 1?
November 14th. Okay. So it's a Monday, and yeah, just take off a day of work and make it happen. 2 days of work if you need to make it happen. This is important, and you will experience, I believe, great blessing in doing it. And I do want to put a call out, Jesse, to you and people like you, because this is the sense that I have, is that as we've been inviting different featured speakers as we've been doing these events, and that's really this is very grassroots. We have no formal organization around this. Really, it's the Station of the Cross Catholic Media Network that is a huge supporter on this. A couple other Catholic media companies have helped us some in getting the word out, like LifeSite News and Church Militant. We're very grateful for all of that. But this is just a loose grassroots network where we're just inviting people in. And so we pass the hat only a little bit just to cover the cost of those featured speakers. But even for this event in Baltimore, we're going to do it a bit different, because there's this sense that, we're inviting people in to be a featured speaker, and we'll have a couple speakers lined up, but it's much better, I think, if people are just naturally coming, naturally joining in, and then we're going to see people there and we're going to say, hey, why don't you come up for a few minutes and say a few words, and let it kind of build like that. Because it's weird, you invite a speaker in and then the next event, it's like, do we keep inviting? We have to keep inviting all the featured speakers back, or I want to just put the invitation out there. Like, if you're somebody who is a Catholic speaker, so you're kind of on a different level in a certain sense in terms of, what you do, how you put your time forth and all of that. And yeah, you have to, it's part of your ministry and being compensated and everything. But I just want to invite you to just come out as a regular man in this and be shoulder to shoulder with the men as we march. I mean, what does that do for a guy to look over and he sees Jesse Romero marching with him? It's powerful.
You send me all the information, text me all the information so I can look at flights right now. Because, I'm pretty sure I'm open that Monday. I'm almost positive. And if not, I'll make sure that I just clear everything. And there's a good friend of mine that always goes out to your event. His name's Jose Robledo. He flies out from California. I'll just call up Jose. I'll say, hey, let's meet up over there and stuff. And I'll just bunk with him in a hotel. So send me all the information, Jeb, because I like what you're doing. And that sounds like a perfect date for me to be out there with you guys and pray the Most Holy Rosary and get to meet you guys personally.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Give us the website again.
Yes, it's themensmarch.com, themensmarch.com. And
give us the dates one more time.
Yep, it's Monday, November 14th, the first day of the USCCB meeting. So again, if you can see the need to strongly invite the bishops to step up on this, this is the time where we can organize and do that.
Got it. Jim, thank you very much. God bless you, brother. We're going to see you in 2 weeks.